with a dark purple matte color. Oh, excuse me. Hello, welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do a cut crease tutorial. And I was very inspired by the Mardi Gras colors that are going on right now. And I was feeling also very extra, hence the purple lipstick. So we're going to be doing a purple, a pink outside with a gold glitter cut crease. It's going to be really pretty, and I hope you all enjoy. Alright, so we're going to start off by using an eye primer. The one that I like to use is the Photo Focus one from Wet n Wild. So we're just going to apply that all over the lid and then up into like the brow bone as well. And it's just going to provide a good base for our eyeshadow. So now that we have that done, we're going to go in with our first shade, which is going to be kind of like our transition shade right here. And for that, I'm going to be using a hot pink matte shade. Specifically, I'm using from the Urban Decay Electric palette, which I love. I'm going to be using the shade Savage right here. It's a hot pink. And I'm going to be going in with this big fluffy brush right here. That's just very nice and fluffy. So we're going to pick up some of that Savage. And with this, a trick that I've learned to do is you don't want to raise your eyebrow. Because the second you raise your eyebrow, you're changing the shape there, and it's not going to be the same as when your eye is relaxed. And I know that's hard to do, at least for me, just because I like to get a more stretched out and almost flatter medium to work with, but it's better in the long run if you just relax your eye. Relax. Relax. And don't be afraid to kind of get that up into the brow bone area here. We can always clean that up later with some concealer or some white eyeshadow or highlighter or whatever. And then we're going to just go into this outer corner a bit right here. Alright, just a little bit more. Okay, excellent. So now we're just going to be going into the crease portion of that with a dark purple matte color. For that, I am using the Viseart Petite Pro palette in Soleil. And we're going to be using this color right here. It's just a nice dark matte purple. And for that I'm using another big fluffy blending brush, but it's slightly different. This one is kind of asymmetric. You can see on this end it's a little skinnier, and on this end it flares out a little more. Skinny, flaring, then flare out. And so we're just going to pick up some of this purple and we're going to blend it into the pink shade into where the crease is. Again, this is another one of those things where you want to try to relax your eyebrow, no matter how hard it is. And we want to make sure that that shows above here when our eye is open. So blend it kind of up. And don't worry too much about how this bottom area looks here. We're going to clean that up later with concealer or primer or foundation or whatever opaque medium you have. Blending, blending, blending. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. Let's get this outer corner here as well. And I want to make sure that this looks as nice as we can, because once we start cutting the crease, there's not a whole lot we can do with this blending without ruining that nice line there. I think that's pretty saturated with purple, wouldn't you say? So now I'm just going to go in with that brush that we used for the pink and just blend the pink and the purple into each other a little more, just to give that a nicer gradient. Okay, so now we're going to get into the primer part where we mark out the area that's going to be our cut crease. So for this, I like to use a very stiff brush. So I've got this one right here to put concealer on, and you can go smaller. You don't want anything super big because you want to make sure that you're making a really well-defined line. For the primer, I'm using the one by Anastasia Beverly Hills. You could also use a concealer or a foundation. You just want to make sure that it's something that your eyeshadow is going to adhere to, and that's also very opaque. Those are the main two things here. A little goes a long way, so we're going to start with just about that much there. Just a little dot of it, and we'll add more as needed as we go. Okay, so here's my technique. I start on the lower part of the lid, kind of where the lash line is, and I just apply it out to about where I want the crease to end. Make sure it's still wet but not super goopy that's going to transfer everywhere. And now you want to relax your eyebrow, remember? Look up while keeping that eyebrow relaxed, and then you should get kind of an area there where you can see where you want your primer to be. That line right there. So we're just going to extend that. And remember, you can always add more concealer, but it's hard to like go up more with concealer, but it's hard to go back down. So once you have it mapped out, it's fine to raise your eyebrow. I find that helps me get a better, more defined line. But when you're trying to figure out where to put the line, make sure it's relaxed so that you get it kind of in the shape you want it. But I think that is pretty good. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Excellent. Okay, so now we are going to go in with our gold eyeshadow. And for that, I'm using the Soleil palette again. Honestly, I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And we're going to use this gold on the very end here. Fair warning, maybe it's just my application technique, but I get a lot of fallout from this shade. So you probably want to do your eyes before you do your base so that you can clean up your under eye area. And for this, I'm going to be using this stiff brush. This is actually the one that came with the Urban Decay Electric palette. It's just a small, fluffy, but small, almost stiff brush, and I just find it's really good for this application where you want to be more precise. So I'm just going to go in with this gold. It's just so pretty. And start doing that edge there. Blend out the outer corner there a little bit. So now I'm going to go back into my purple and kind of blend out this outer part here. So you can see kind of here how it's more blended well. And just clean up that outer third. This is more of an art than a science. You just want to get it to where it's going well. Okay. So now I'm going to take that purple on a smaller flat brush. I'm going to be using this one here, and I'm going to go around the under part of my eye. Here we go. Go into the purple, and I'm going to apply it under the eye here, just to create some nice contrast to that gold. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, so another trick I learned, if you're not super happy with this crisp clear line, you can go in with this flat brush again into the purple and kind of clean that up a little to get kind of a more defined line like you see right here. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take some more purple on the flat brush and just go in and kind of add some more pigment along that line. Just kind of clean it up a little. Alright, I think that looks excellent. For my highlighter today, I'm using the Anastasia Moonchild palette, and I'm using the purple horseshoe here. I'm just going to pick that up on this little angled brush here, and just go and put that right on the brow bone there as a nice little highlight. And then for my eyeliner, I'm not doing a wing, I'm just going to tightly line the upper eyelid here. I'm using my Physicians Formula liquid eyeliner. So just going in at just the very bottom here, just to make my lashes look fuller. Alright, and now I'm going to go in with eyelash curler and mascara. I like to use the CoverGirl Clump Crusher mascara. It's just a good old drugstore favorite that works really well. Alrighty then. And that completes my look. Alright, well that completes the video. I hope that you learned how to do a cut crease, and I hope you have a fantastic Mardi Gras. We'll see you in the next one. Bye!